Thank you, Richard. Like Richard, I've been in the mobile marketplace for about 10 years as well, and I share his pain that in the first few years, nobody was interested in mobile internet. So we've heard today from Cheryl how to do your mobile advertising, and from Richard on how to target your devices and to make sure you're very specific with the devices you're targeting. So today now I'm going to take you through how to measure your mobile marketing to make sure it's working. So you've gone and created your advertising, you've made sure it works for your devices. Now the next thing to do is it working? How do you measure your campaigns? So you spend your marketing dollars, users come along, they click on a banner advertisement, and they go through and they hopefully download the content, see the advert, and go on and do the action. But how do you measure that result? First thing, and as Richard said, there are many different types of mobiles out there. Don't just think marketing is just the iPhone or to the BlackBerry. Think of it as a bigger picture. There is many different devices out there. So you just want to make sure that you either target your audience correctly or you encompass the whole marketplace. So just think bigger picture as well. So the ways to market. You have the traditional SMS campaigns. This was quite prevalent in the 2005, 2006. Text into a marketing campaign, you get a text back, and you follow the link. These days, now we're seeing a lot more banner and text ads. So you go through, see a banner, you click the advert, and you go through to the content. And also, there's a lot of search marketing. Don't forget about search marketing. I was wandering around New York yesterday, and me and my friend, we were wanting to go to a specific shop. We thought, didn't know where it was, got out our mobile device, went to Google, and found where we wanted to go. So search marketing is a very important area to consider. And of course, up and coming is in-application marketing as well. So you've done your marketing, you've created your ad, and then you want to measure. There's several things you need to measure. One is the source of where your users are coming from. So are they coming from your actual banner ad? Are they coming from organic search? Or are they coming through viral or bookmarks? So you need to tag your content to see where the users are coming from, so you know which media is the most prevalent for your service. So where are your users coming from? Then you see what they do. Through mobile marketing now, you can actually track not just user impressions, but actual users themselves, and you can see and follow the path through. So you can drill down through using mobile analytics into the source and also which devices they're coming from, which country, which mobile operator. So you can see that where your marketing is working effectively. And then you can measure the results. Also, the other thing you need to do is measure very carefully. It's very easy to say statements like, and one of our customers said, 90% of our visitors all have smartphones, and they're absolutely adamant that was the case. So we sat down with them and said, okay, let's have a look. The reality was actually only 34% of their user base was using smartphones. The reason for this is their analytics tool was based on JavaScript, and that actually broke 70% of the visitors to their sites. So they're actually losing traffic. So by doing that analysis, they were able to open up their advertising and their mobile site to support other devices. So therefore, it's very easy to make claims, but just by using analytics tools, you can just verify those statements. The other thing to do is decide on your baseline. So work out what is your normal traffic volumes. What is your normal user base? Are they smartphones? Are they the old devices? And how many users are coming to your site? Then you make your changes. Then you either decide you want to open up to BlackBerries or you want to do more iPhone technology, and you make those changes to your advertising and to your site, and then you do your marketing. And then hopefully, by doing all that, you can prove it's better and get more users to your site. But you also need to take care when measuring. We had another case where, and this was the games customer of ours. They spent double their volume on marketing spend, and they claimed they only saw a 32% increase of traffic. And obviously they were quite disappointed. They spent more money, only saw 32%. So again, we sat down with them, looked through the mobile metrics that we produced. And we actually went back to them and said, well, actually, through that traffic, your spend generated an extra 88% of real traffic. And the key here is, what is real traffic? Because they were saying, well, no, you know, that's not right. So we drilled down further, and through the trial, and I think this was about for an hour or 2 hours of traffic, for the first bit, they had it was just under 15,000 visitors. And then they spent the marketing campaign, and after that, they went up to 19,000 visitors. And they said, well, that's 32%, you're wrong. And we said, okay, let's drill down further and let's see why. And what it is robots and spiders. So make sure that when you're doing your analysis that you take out robots and spiders and you actually measure real users coming through to your services. So when we explained that and we showed them the data, they're actually, oh, okay, it did work, and they're quite pleased about that. So filter out robots and spiders. The other thing about mobile, and this is what's really exciting, is it's very, very precise. Back in the, well, late 20th century, we had newspapers, we still have them, but you only have circulation figures. You only know how many newspapers have been sold, but you don't know how many times that newspaper has been passed around the canteen at work or through the family. So, yeah, okay, you've sold 200,000 newspapers, but how many users actually read that paper? You don't know. Then we had web technology, and we can measure the pages. So we know how many times each page has been visited. And then we were able to drill down further and say how many unique visitors have been to that site. But with mobile, you can actually drill it down further to actual specific users. So you can track one user from hitting your marketing advert banner to their landing page, and then where they have gone through your site. So that's really, really powerful information. You can actually see the path that users are going through, and not just guesswork with, well, this seems to be 60% of the traffic going through this path. You can actually target individual users, and that's a very powerful marketing tool to have. You also need to measure very carefully. Again, one of our other customers said, most of our visitors are iPhones. Everybody has an iPhone. Why would we want to target any other device? We're just doing iPhones. So again, we sat down with them and we looked through the data. And in fact, the reality was they had 2 times more traffic from BlackBerries than iPhones. And they said, well, that can't be right. We're seeing far more page impressions with iPhones than BlackBerries. You're wrong, Bango. And went, okay, let's take you through that data. So in 1 month, the iPhone had 5.6 million pages, impressions, and in BlackBerry, they had 2.9 million pages. So on that evidence, yes, the customer was right. But by looking at the unique users that were going to the site, there was actually 0.7 million users were going to the site for iPhone, and actually 1.5 million users were going for BlackBerry. So that meant that yes, they spent a lot of time concentrating on developing their iPhone site so that it was really honed in and users were going through and clicking through the pages, whereas for BlackBerry users, they were going to the home page, maybe clicking one other page and then just dropping off. So the action from there was they optimized the pages for BlackBerry, and then the BlackBerry traffic increased tenfold as well. So by using mobile analytics to actually see what your users are doing, you can make sure that you're targeting your advertising and your site to build great solutions.